Good afternoon to all. Okay, I welcome you all for this new lecture of our subject industrial hydraulics and pneumatics. Today we are going to start our unit number 3, that is hydraulic circuit. Okay, because up till now we have discussed about the hydraulic related all the points. Okay, that means hydraulic system and in detail we have discussed about the each and every component of start the hydraulic circuit. Okay, so as I have discussed, as I have mentioned that up till now or so far we have discussed about the fundamentals and the system components or the system element that are related to our hydraulic systems. Getting it? But in this chapter, in this unit, we'll discuss about how basic hydraulic circuits are designed and constructed. Okay, how to design our basic hydraulic circuits. That part we will discuss in the chapter. Okay, and these fluid power circuits or hydraulic circuits are drawn by using the graphical symbols because for each and every point or each and every component or element of the hydraulic system, we have seen it's a graphical representation standard symbol. So these fluid power circuits or the hydraulic circuits are drawn by using this uh, graphical symbols of the component. Okay, just like in electrical circuit diagram, they are showing the electrical circuit diagram with the help of the standard symbols of the each and every component. Like here also for our hydraulic circuit or the fluid power circuit, here also we have to show this entire hydraulic system with the help of the graphical symbol or the standard symbols of the each and every component or the part of the hydraulic system. Getting it? Now in this, actually in this hydraulic circuit, various component are used. Okay, which are pumps, then actuator, control walls. Okay, they are that are arranged in a systematic manner. Okay, to perform the useful task or to perform the useful work. Getting it? So it is mandatory for the fluid power uh, as an engineer or a fluid power expert. We should have the knowledge of the fluid power component, or we should have the knowledge of hydraulic component, and we should be able to design the fluid power system or fluid power circuit with the help of the all the symbol. Okay, and also we should know how this fluid power system operates in a fluid power circuit. Okay, or how this each and every component or the element of the fluid power system works or operate in a fluid power circuit. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss variety of hydraulic circuits. Okay, now which are the circuits which we will discuss in the chapter that I have shown in this slide. Okay, so as per the syllabus of this unit number 3, we are going to discuss about the simple circuits, then speed control circuit. Under that speed control circuit, we are going to discuss the meter in circuit, meter out circuit, and build up circuit. Then further we are going to discuss the regenerative circuit, the sequencing circuit, counterbalancing circuit, synchronizing circuit. Okay, then we are going to discuss the circuits with the accumulator and the intensifier, and at last we are going to discuss some industrial related applications. From that, as per the syllabus, we will discuss the hydraulic clamping circuit, then hydraulic braking system. So as per the syllabus, these are the contents of our this unit number 3. Okay, now small question arises that in our mind, that is, what is mean by this hydraulic circuit? Okay, or what is a hydraulic circuit? Okay, so before going to discuss each and every point, here itself I will give the small in short a definition of the, or to whom we should call hydraulic circuit, that I will discuss. So this hydraulic circuit may be defined as the graphical representation of the hydraulic component. Hydraulic circuit means what? It is the graphical representation of the hydraulic component which are used, or components which are in a hydraulically operated machine. Okay, whatever the parts are there now in the hydraulic system, that parts if you connect or assemble it togetherly, then we will get a one hydraulic system or hydraulically operated machine. So to design that or to represent it, that entire system as per standard, we have to represent with the help of symbol, and that is called the hydraulic circuit. Getting it? Again, in other words, I can say the hydraulic circuit is an arrangement of interconnected component. Arrangement of interconnected component. Now, which are that component? As we know that, such as pumps, actuator, control valves, and the pipings. These are the interconnected component which are selected in the hydraulic system or in a fluid power system to achieve a desired work output. To achieve a desired work output. Getting it? So that is a that means in the hydraulic circuit. Now, another question arises is that this answer of this question already I have given the chapter number 1. What are the different essential components which are required for the hydraulic circuit design? Okay, which are the different components? Which are the different components required for a hydraulic circuit design? Okay, so as we know that for hydraulic circuit design, there are some basic important components are required. Now, which are that component? One is the, as I have discussed in the chapter number 1 itself, hydraulic power pack. Now, again, just a repetition. What is in the hydraulic power pack? So, hydraulic power pack, it consists of a pump, then a drive motor, then mechanical coupling parts, oil reservoir, then strainer, filter, and other cooler, etc. These are the actually the assembly or the combination of this all the small part. It is called the our hydraulic power pack. Another component is the hydraulic control element. Again, in that hydraulic control unit, they include various types of direction control valve, pressure control valve, flow control valve, electrical control valve, etc. Okay, so these are the some basic components which are required in the hydraulic circuit design. And along with that direction valve control valve element, we required some power drive element also. Now, which are the power drive unit? Actuator. Actuator is the power drive unit. So there, in the actuator, we know the hydraulic circuits and hydraulic cylinder and hydraulic motors are going to come. And along with that, some other system assemblies, accessories are also the part of the hydraulic circuit. Now, which are the other accessories, system accessories, which comes under that hydraulic, under that basic component of the hydraulic circuit? So pipes and the fluid conductor, the accumulator or the booster, intensifier, or pressure and temperature gauges or the filter. So that part also the part of the our hydraulic circuit design. Okay. Now another small question arises is that which are the factors that to be considered while designing the hydraulic circuit or the fluid power system, fluid power circuit? Which are the different factors that to be considered while designing hydraulic circuit or the fluid power system? So there are 4 important factors that should be considered while designing any fluid power system or any fluid power system. Why I'm taking its name as a fluid power system? Because these points are common for hydraulic circuit or hydraulic system as well as the pneumatic circuit or pneumatic system. So the point or the factors to be considered that while designing the fluid power system. So in that first come that is a safety of the operation, then performance of the desired function, then efficiency of that operation, and last will come the about the cost. So these are the some factors that to be considered. Now, as I mentioned that this fluid power circuit means what? It is just a representation of the graphical symbols of the each and every part or the component. Now, already we have gone for the each and every element of the hydraulic system. Along with that, it's a schematic diagram. We have gone for the it's a symbol also. But as this chapter or this unit totally depend on the symbol, so just a recap purpose or this revision purpose, will take a 10-minute revision on the hydraulic symbol, standard ISO symbol, and then we'll go for the simple circuit. Okay, so just wait. 1 minute. Just wait, I'll share my screen. I think it is not one second, I will share. Whether my screen is visible at your end, whether my voice is audible at your end, and whether my video it is visible at your end. Just give me confirmation message at chat box whether everything is okay at your end. In the chat box, just write yes, no. Few students are giving reply, other students are not giving. Okay. I request to all of you, please give me reply. Okay. So as I just mentioned that in the hydraulic circuit or the fluid power circuit, that is just a graphical representation of the each and every part of the hydraulic system or the fluid power system with the help of the standard fluid power symbols. Okay, so we should know the graphical standard symbols of each and every part. Okay, due to that only I am taking the revision. So this symbol means this circle. So actually this circle represents the pump, motor, or any rotary device. Okay, this first one. Then if a symbol is like this, filled triangle, that means it indicates the direction of the flow for hydraulic fluid system. Okay, direction of the flow for hydraulic fluid. Okay, see, if one filled arrow will be there, triangle, filled triangle, then that means the unidirectional. If it is a two-way or two directional, that means this symbol. Then unfilled triangle, filled triangle means it is indicates the direction of flow for hydraulic fluid. And unfilled triangle means it indicates the direction of flow for pneumatic fluid system. And line with the arrow, if line with the arrow, then it indicates the variable displacement. Okay, it indicates the variable displacement. Okay, please have a look on the screen. Then see all the symbols. Okay, I think no need to explain also because already I have discussed this. If you want to represent fixed displacement unidirectional pump, then it is represented or designated by this symbol. Okay, for hydraulic system, if it is pneumatic, then that this one. If fixed displacement bidirectional, then it is represented by this one. Then variable displacement unidirectional pump, like this one, variable displacement. Okay, that means arrow will be there. Okay, then motor. Okay, if motor is oscillating, then it is represented this symbol. It is different for the pneumatic as well as hydraulic. Please have a look. I will take pause of the 30 second. Okay, timing you can just see which are the symbols for what component or which symbol when to use. Okay, let's go for next one. Then to show the cylinder, hydraulic cylinder, then Here I have shown the graphical symbols which are used for cylinder. If you want to represent single acting cylinder returned by the external force, then it is represented by the first one. Then single acting cylinder with spring return, it is represented by this one. Single acting cylinder, telescopic cylinder, then this is symbol, third one. Then double acting cylinder with single piston, this one. Double acting cylinder with through piston rod, okay, this one. Then differential cylinder, then double acting telescopic cylinder, okay. Then this one, double acting cylinder with a single end cushioning. Then at both cushioning, both end cushioning is there. Then double acting cylinder with adjustable end position cushioning at both, okay. Please just remember the standard symbols of the few cylinder. That means the single acting, double acting, that is essential, okay, that are required. Okay, other no problem. Then this telescopic and other, okay. Then we'll go for next one. Then as I have discussed in the last two lecture, that is a directional control wall. So to represent graphically this direction controller, here are the symbols, okay. 2 by 2 way, that means 2 port, 2 position, okay. This symbol we know that. Then 3 by 2, 4 by 2, 4 by 3, okay. Then pressure wall, okay. Pressure relief wall, adjustable pressure relief wall is there. Then 3-way pressure regulator, okay. Please have a look. 2 by 2 means what? 2-way or 2 port and 2 position, okay. First digit indicates the that port or the way, and second number of that it represent the position, okay. Then we'll go for next one. All we have seen. Then flow control wall, okay. Last lecture only we have discussed that if you want to represent adjustable flow control with the throttle, then it is represented by this one. Then if we want to represent adjustable flow control wall with orifier, this symbol is second, okay. Then adjustable with bypass flow control, then this one. Then pressure compensated with bypass, this one. Temperature and pressure compensated, this one, okay. Please look at on the screen. Then to represent non-return walls, so their graphical symbols here I have shown, okay. If you want to represent graphically spring loaded non-return wall, then it is represented by this one, spring return. Then unloaded non-return wall, this one. Then pilot control non-return wall, this one, this symbol. Shut off wall, it is represented by this one, okay. These are the standard symbols. Then I will show another one. Then this is very important, the graphical symbol which are used for method of actuation or method of operation, okay. If pressure compensator is there, then it's a symbol is like what you can check at this column of diagram. Then in detent setting, manual, mechanical is pedal, then push button. These are the methods of operation. Then these are the methods of actuation, lever actuation, pilot pressure, solenoid wall, then solenoid control, pilot pressure, this one. That means this combination of these two. Then spring return and servo system, okay. Please remember this also, because in the MCQ this question may ask. Let us go for next one. Then graphical symbols which are used in energy transmission. Okay, to represent energy transmission element, which are the different graphical symbols. So here I have mentioned all that. So to represent hydraulic pressure source, see, to represent hydraulic pressure source, it is actually it is represented by this one. You can see the symbol. Then electric motor, it is represented by this one. Non-electric drive unit is represented. Now if you want to mention or represent pressure or the power or return line, then it is represented by this one. If you want to mention represent control or pilot line, then it is represented by this one, dotted. Okay, drain line, it is totally dotted. Okay, this one. Then plunged port. Okay, then flexible line, it is represented by this one. Then this is plus sign, like, okay, you can check line connection, line crossing, then exhaust or continuous, then it is represented by this one. Then quick acting coupling connected with mechanical operating non-return wall, then it is represented by this one. Then maintained reservoir, then it is represented by this symbol. Pressurized reservoir, then it is represented by this rectangle. Then very important, filter, then filter, it is represented by this one. Please check at look at this mouse cursor. Then cooler, it is represented by this one, and heater like this one. Okay, filter, cooler, heater. Then working line, drain line, okay, control or pilot line. These all symbols are very useful to design any fluid power circuit. Then we'll go for next one. Then again, very important, accumulator. Already this also we have seen. To represent accumulator, it is represented by this symbol. Then if accumulator is a spring loaded accumulator, then this symbol is used. Then if it is gas charged, then this one. If it is a dead weight, then it is represent this one. Okay, so these are the symbols which are used for to represent accumulator. Then there are again few symbols are there, or the graphical symbols are there, which are used for representing measuring devices. Measuring devices. In that measuring devices, our pressure gauge, thermometer, flow meter, then filling level indicator. So these all comes under that category. You can check pressure gauge, it is represented by this one, thermometer, this one, flow meter, then filling level indicator. Okay, then again we have the this coupled without check wall, then it is represent this one, coupled with check wall. Okay, half of quick release coupling, this one. So these are the different symbols which are used for the fluid power circuit. Okay, so this, because the combination of these all symbols, relevant symbol, if you connected each other, that means that is your hydraulic circuit of the fluid power system. Okay, okay. Now come to our first point, that is firstly we'll discuss the simple circuit. Okay, now here this one. Okay, just I will highlight with it. Okay, now Here I will show the hydraulic circuit for single acting cylinder which are actuated okay, single acting cylinder, hydraulic cylinder, single acting. SM stands for the single acting hydraulic cylinder. So control of this single acting cylinder, how to represent with the help of circuit diagram that I have shown. So you can see here, this is a circuit of a two position. Okay, you can see two position, three port. Okay, or three 3x2 wall you can call. Okay, 3x2, 3x2 direction control wall. Okay, and it's actually here a lever is that means it is manually operated. Then it is spring offset. Okay, direction controller. Okay, so this is a hydraulic circuit diagram for the single acting cylinder. Okay, so here you can see we have the single acting cylinder which is a spring offset. Okay, so this circuit diagram or this circuit can be used to control the operation of this single acting cylinder. The main purpose of this diagram to show how to control single acting hydraulic cylinder. Okay, so here you can see we have the at top we have the single acting cylinder. You can see it's a symbol. Here we have the direction controller. You can check here it is 3x2. Three ports are there or three ways are there and two ports are there. Sorry, two position. 3x2 direction controller which is lever operated. You can see here lever. Okay, and we are taking fluid from the reservoir. So you can see here we have the standard symbol of reservoir. Then here filter is used. Here we have the pump and the motor. Okay, here we have the pressure relief valve, then shut off valve, and to measure the fluid pressure, air pressure gauge again separately, and then direction controller. Okay, so this is a hydraulic circuit diagram, hydraulic circuit for single acting cylinder. Actually this is a actuated push, that means the push force. Okay, okay, so you can see fluid will come from this, okay, line. You can see it goes from this P to A. P stands for this reservoir, pressure reservoir. Then it goes to the A, okay, working port. Okay, then here and then do that only fluid from which is coming from A port. Then to do that it pushes this piston. Okay, so it is called extraction or extension stroke. Okay, then to return back, what will happen that time? You can operate lever. Okay, you can press this lever. That time what will happen? This line will connect to the this A2 reservoir. You can see here A2 reservoir. So this is the second position. Okay, see the difference between this first position and second position. Hydraulic circuits for the single acting cylinder. Okay, this normal position, that means the pulling force, that means the retraction stroke is happening. Okay, see in the first extension port, extension stroke, this P is connected to A, correct? But when you operate this lever, that time A will connect to the direct R reservoir. Okay, see the difference, getting it? So this is a simple circuit of the single acting cylinder, hydraulic circuit for single acting cylinder. The first is the actuator position, okay, and second is the normal position. Another one I will show. Okay, now before going to the that speed control circuit, that means meter in, meter out, and bleed off. Okay, I will show one small video regarding this one. Okay, better. whatever I would explain. So regarding that point
In this
only.
video, I explain design of hydraulic circuit. And in a hydraulic circuit, SAC means single acting cylinder is used as actuators, and this single acting cylinder is operated by using the 3x2 DCV. DCV means directional control valves. So what this video up to then? So after watching this video, you can clearly understand the design of single acting cylinder using 3x2 DCV, because I show you the different animations. So first we understand the meaning of SAC. SAC means single acting cylinders. Means first we need to know the symbol of single acting cylinder. Okay, so this is the cylinder. Okay, so we see the cylinder, that is the horizontal cylinder, and from the front view it's look like the rectangle, but when we see from the side view it is the circular components. Okay, now in a single acting cylinder, this is the piston, and on the one side of the piston the oil is supplied and also delivered. Okay, that's why the one pot is only provided. So here you see this is the blue line, it is the one pot. From this pot the oil is enters and oil is also removed from this pot. And the single acting cylinder, so by force of the oil the piston is moved from the left side to right side. But how it is come from right to left? For that we require the one spring. So here the spring is provided. So due to the spring force the piston is again moved from the right to left side. Now according to this theory we use the 3x2 DCV. DCV means the directional control valve. Now what this 3 is indicate and what the 2 is indicate? 3 means the 3 pot is used, and the 2 means 2 different positions are possible. So here you see the symbol. First we need show the name of the pot, and then we go to the animations of the 3x2 DCV. So 3x2 DCV has a 3 pots. Namely, one is the inlet pot, it is the P, or this P pot is also called as the pressure pot. Means from the pump the oil is coming, okay, and it is entered to the pot. This pot name is given to the P. Tank pot T. Okay, tank pot T means the oil is again supplied to the tank or a reservoirs. And the cylinder pot A. So one side of the cylinder is called as the A pot, and suppose the double acting cylinder is that, then another side is called the B pot. Okay. So here you see that is a one square. Inside the one square the 3 pot is provided, so it's make the one positions. Okay, so here that is a one motion is that suppose the oil is enter from the pump to this pressure point, then it is go to the A pot. Okay, so this is the indicate the direction the hydraulic oil is passed from the P to A. And here you see this is the T pot and it is the close. For the close position this type of the symbol is used. And if you want to understand these all the type of the symbols in the details, okay, then the link is provided in the descriptions, or either you visit the playlist in a chapter number 1, that is the introduction of hydraulics, in which I put the different 4 video for the symbols, as well as the link for the playlist is also provided in the I symbol for a top right screen of your mobile, that is called as the from the card. Now here you see this is the second positions. Okay, because here the 3x2 is written. 2 means 2 positions. Okay, in a 2 second position also the 3 pot is there, that is the pot A, pot T and the pot P. Okay, so in the second position what happened, the P pot is closed, means the oil is not supplied from the pump to the cylinder. Okay, and here you see this is the down arrow. This down arrow is indicate the oil is supplied from the A pot to the T pots. Now let's we understand in the detail how it's working. Now it has the 2 position of its pulls according to this our theory. In a first position what happened, the spool of 3x2 DCV. Okay, I explain later on. First we see the image. Okay, so this is the basic parts of the hydraulic symbols, and if you don't know the what is the general layout of the hydraulic system, then link is provided on the card. Okay, so these are the basic component that is you need to show in every designs of the hydraulic symbol. Here you see this is the oil reservoir, this is the pump, and from the pump oil is supply pressure pot, this is the pressure gauge, pressure relief valve, and this is the return line. Okay, in a return line the filter is provided. Now we put this 3x2 directional control valve here. So here you see this is a 3x2 directional control valve is provided, and this is on the first positions, and this second square is indicate the second positions. Here it is the A pot. Okay, and this is a single acting cylinder according to our theory. and we connect the single acting cylinder with this directional control valve. So here you see this is a one pipe connection that connect the port A to the cylinders. Okay, now we understand these first positions. So in a first position of the spool of 3/2 DCV, oil under the pressure flow from P to A. So here you see the oil in the reservoir is sucked by the pump. In a pump, its pressure is increased, then it's come into port P, and from port P the oil is supplied to the port A. Here you see one line is provided. Okay, so in a directional controller there's various pipe connection is there. The pipe is connected. If this closed portion is come, then it is the close. From this A port, the oil is supplied on these pipe connections and oil is moving in these upper directions. Then oil is enter inside the cylinder, and this oil is apply some force on the pistons, and the piston is moved from the left side to right sides. Hence the piston of single acting cylinder is extends. Okay, and during this first positions, here you see the T port is closed condition. This T type symbol is indicate it is the closed positions. Okay, so here I complete the first positions. Now we understand the second positions. Now before moving on to second positions, I request to the like the video engineering like IC engine, refrigeration, fluid positions. Now here you see this our diagram is changed and it is come onto the second positions. Okay, now you can know the symbols and understand the first positions, then here you understand the second position by yourself. Okay, you don't need to do more understandings, but I can explain you. Now in second positions of the spool of the 3/2 DCV, oil under the pressure flow from A to T. Okay, and the P is closed, hence the pistons of SS single acting cylinder is retracts. Okay, now suppose you don't know the which directional control bar is used, first positions or second positions. Okay, but suppose you know that this the piston rod is connected with the JCB or a crane that lift the weight. Okay, so sometimes they'll increase their portions to cover the more area, sometimes they reduce their area, okay, by taking the jaw inside. So this is suppose connected with the jaw and this jaw is moving inside and outside, so how we control? Okay, but in JCB double acting is used. Suppose I give this as simple example, single acting. Okay, suppose this actuator's shaft is moving on that side, lift the weight and they need to put here. Okay, so what happened, this spring force is going back. Okay, now first we understand in first position it is moved from left to right. Okay, and suppose this actuator finish the work and they need to go in initial position, then what happen, this spring is applied some force. Okay, so we need to move this piston from right to left side. So here you see it is moving right to left. Okay, then after what happen, this is supplied back to this pipe. Okay, and then it is entered into this A port. So here it is moving down, enter into the A port, and from the A port we need to supply it in tank. So here it's come into this T port, and from the T port it is supplied in oil reservoir by passing from the filters. Okay, and during the second positions the pump is not supply the pressurized oil to these actuators. Okay, but it is again go to the pressure relief valve and again supply to these cylinders. Okay, so in second positions the pressure flow of oil from A to T, so it is the return positions. Okay, and the pressurized port P is closed and the piston of single acting cylinder is retracts. So I hope you can clearly understand the how 3/2 DCV is coming. For watching the more video related to designs of hydraulic circuit, subscribe my
Whether you understood. Okay, what are the figure of the circuit diagram I have shown in the my slide. Same circuit diagram they have shown, but just a colorful. Okay, how the extension possible by taking the fluid from the power source of fluid, that P port to A, and then extract how extension possible of that single acting cylinder. Okay, and while coming to the its origin position, that means the retraction stroke. Okay, then A is connected to T. A means the working port or supply, sorry, cylinder port. Okay, and it will connect to the your T. T means what? That tank port. Okay, but to actuate that or to operate that, we should have the here mechanical operated direction control valve was there. Getting it? Understood or not? These are just a simple circuit. Okay, yet we have not gone for the speed control or other. Okay, I'm talking about only simple. Okay, single acting cylinder with 3/2 direction control. It's a hydraulic circuit we have seen. Understood or not? Understood or not? Please reply me so that I can move further. All of you, please write yes, no in the chat box so that I can go. Other students, only 2 to 3 students are giving the reply. Okay, I will take that. Shubham Shingar, Pramod Avlekar. Okay, other students, please let me take name. Rohit Kadam, Saurav Shende, Rutuja, Gaurav, Sondakke, Gaurav Karande, Shivani, Rohan, Sachin, Diksha, Saurav Pawar, Rahul Chaudhary, Rutraj Kale. Understood or not? Please tell me in the chat box. Just write yes, no, so that I can move further. Okay, now we have discussed about the single acting cylinder. Okay, simple circuit diagram. Actually, we don't have the double acting cylinder as per the syllabus. Just for your information, I will show it's a video also. Very small video is available. Okay, that circuit diagram for operating the double acting cylinder. Okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Just I will show. Okay, before that, I will show one basic how to represent basic hydraulic system circuit. Okay, Okay. Now I was discussing about the first we have one for the single acting cylinder, okay, with the 3/2 direction controller. Now let us go for the our double acting cylinder, okay, with the help of 4/2 we'll see.
In this video, I explain design of hydraulic systems or a hydraulic circuits. In this hydraulic system, double acting cylinder is used as a actuator. So here the DAC is written. DAC means double acting cylinders, and this double acting cylinder is operated by using the 4/2 DCV. DCV means direction control valves. So by using the number of animations, I explained this theory so you can understand it easily. So I request to watch the video up to the end. So for operating, DAC means double acting cylinder is used. So what is the symbol of double acting cylinders? Okay, so this is the cylinders. Inside the cylinder, piston is there, and this is the piston rod. This is called as the cap end, and this is called as the rod end. Why it is the rod end? Because here you see the rod is connected with the piston. So this is the rod side. Okay, so that's why it is called as the rod ends. And why its name is double acting? Because both the side of the piston we supplied the hydraulic oils, and if it's a pneumatic system, then we supplied the air. So for that we require the two port. So this is called as the cylinder port A, and this is called as the cylinder port B. Now next we use the 4/2 DCV. Now what is the meaning of 4 and what is the meaning of 2? 4 means that is a 4 port is there, and 2 means that is a 2 position is possible in the particular hydraulic systems or a hydraulic circuits. Now 4 port means in a 4/2 DCV has a 4 ports, namely as the inlet port P. Okay, why its name is P? Because it is also called as the pressure port, because the pressurized oil or air is supplied. Tank port means from this T port the oil is again supplied to the tank, and the cylinder port A and cylinder port B. So it has a 2 position of its spoles. Second digit is 2, means that is a 2 position is possible. So here I explained the symbol of 4/2 DCV. Here you see on the bottom left side. Okay, for the first position we draw 1 square. For the second positions we draw the another square. Suppose it is a 4/3 DCV is there, then we need to draw the third square. Okay, in every square 4 port is there, and the name of the port is P, T, A and B. So here you see this is the port P, this is the port A. Okay, so here suppose the oil is supplied from P to A, then we know this like of the arrow. So arrow is in upper directions. This is the port B, that is a cylinder port B. Because why it is name is cylinder port B and cylinder port A? From the A and B, the oil is supplied to the cylinder or actuators. That's why its name is given cylinder port A, cylinder port B. Here you see the T port. T means it is the tank port. From the T port, oil is supplied back to the tank. Okay. Suppose oil is flow from B to T, then we draw the downward arrow. Okay. Similar way on a second position, same way P port is there, B port is there. Suppose the oil is supplied from P to B, then we know this type of the arrow. Okay. Second one from A to T. So suppose oil is flow from A to T port, then we draw the cross lines and the downward arrow. Okay. So these are the explanation of the 4/2 DCV. Now this is the common figure used in every hydraulic system, that is oil reservoirs, suction pipe, pump. Pump is run by using the motor. That is the pressure line, pressure gauge, pressure relief valves, and this is the return line. On the return line we put the filters. Yeah. Now with the outlet of the pump we put the directional control valves, and this is the directional control valve is operated by using the lever. So this is here the lever symbol is drawn, and the directional control valve is operated by using various methods. For that I make the video how the directional control valve is used. That is it for the symbol in a chapter 1. Okay, for the chapter 1 the link is provided in the descriptions, or from the I symbol you can watch that video. Okay, so this is the first positions. Okay, now this is A port, this is the B port. Okay, and here you see this is the double acting cylinders, this is the cap end, and this is the rod end. Now A side is connected with this A port, and the rod end, it is also called as the B side, it is connected with the B ports. Okay, So here the red color is generally used for the high pressure side, and I use the green color for the low pressure side or a return line, and the red color is for the supply lines. Okay. Now before moving on the first and second positions, I request to like my video and subscribe my channels for watching the more video related to the oil, hydraulics and pneumatics, as well as the another subject of the mechanical engineering. For other subjects, I request to visit the playlist. Now first we understand what is the first positions of the spool. First position means the first square of the directional control valve is connected with this pump and the another component of the hydraulic systems. Okay, so this first square is called as the first positions. Okay, so first position of the spool of the 4/2 DCV, oil under the pressure flow from P to A and B to T. Okay, so oil is enter in suction pipe from oil reservoirs, then come in the pump, and pressurized oil is come at here P pot. Okay, from the P pot on the first position, you see that the arrow is moving in vertical straight direction, means P pot and A pot are connected. Okay, so oil is supplied from P to A pot. From the A pot, oil is enter on the cap end side of the cylinders. Okay, so oil is enter to the left side of the piston. This oil is applied the certain pressure on the piston, and this piston is start to move from left to right side. Okay, the moment of the piston from the left to right side. Okay, suppose the cylinder is vertical, then the piston is moving from top to bottom. It is called as the extension of the cylinders. Okay, hence the piston of double acting cylinder is extend. So when the piston is moved from left to right, it is called as the extensions. At the same time, some oil is present on the right side of the piston. It is supplied it to this green pipe, and it is come in a B pot. From the B pot, you see the arrow is in downward direction, means oil from the B pot is supplied it to the tank pot T, and from the tank pot T, it is going this return line. Here the filter, so in a filter contamination are removed, and oil is again back to the reservoirs. Okay, now here you see the oil is moving in this upper direction, then going in this direction. It is called extension. Now we understand the second positions. Now here you see that position of the directional control bar is changed, and this position is changed by using this lever, and this is the manual lever. Suppose it is automatic, then solenoid valve is there and another component is used. It is also operated by using the foot valve. Okay, so here you see the system is connected with the second positions. Okay, so we operate the directional control valve, and its position is changed. Okay, now in second position you see the pot connection is changed. Here the P is connected with B, A is connected with T, and you also see the line color is also changed. Okay, here you see this is the red color, this is the green color. Okay, here line connection is changed. Okay, means pressurized oil is supplied from P to B. Okay, and the return oil is enter in A pot, and it is go to the T, and from the T it is again go to the tank through the filters. So in a second position of a spool of 4/2 DCV, oil under the pressure flow from P to B. So here you see oil coming from the pump, it's coming P pot, then arrow is go with the B pot. So pressurized oil is entering B pot, then go this pipe. Okay, and it is enter on the rod end side, means right side of the piston. So this oil is apply some pressure on the piston, and piston is start to move from right to left side. Okay, suppose vertical cylinder is used, then piston is start to move from bottom to top. Okay, it is called as the retract. So here what the return, hence the piston of DAC means double acting cylinder is retract. So when the piston is moved from right to left, it is called as the retract. So when the piston is moved right to left, at that time some oil is present on the left side or a cap end side of the cylinders. Okay, so this oil is supplied it in this line. Here you see that is green line, means it is low pressure or a return line. Then oil is come in A pot. From the A pot is connected with the tank pot T. So oil from A to A pot to it is come in a T pot, and T pot from it is again supplied it to the oil reservoir tank. Here the filter is there, so contaminations are removed. So that's where the double acting cylinder is work. So main you need to explain the first positions and the second positions, and it is simple if you know the various type of the directional control valves. Okay, for the directional control valve I make the one video in a chapter number 1, that is a symbol used for direct.
Okay, so this was about the circuit diagram. Okay, simple circuit hydraulic circuit for operating double acting cylinder using 4x3 wall, sorry, 4x2 wall. You can use 4x3 wall also to operate double acting cylinder, or you can use 4x2 the dilation control wall to operate double single acting cylinder also. Okay, double single acting cylinder. Okay, it's a short video also with me. I will show.
In this video, I explain hydraulic circuit designs or a hydraulic system designs. In this hydraulic circuit, in that same way 4 port is there, here P port, on a T port, here A port and here B ports. Okay, so here you see arrow line is drawn, means the P is connected with B and A is connected with the T, and it is the manually operated. That's why here we draw the symbol of levers. Okay,
to operate
so if
two
there are two
single
acting cylinders,
one
we can connect each port to each single acting cylinders, so that while one is extending and another will retracting. That means we know that in a single acting cylinder only one port is there. Okay, so in a cylinder 1 that is one port, in cylinder 2 one ports. Okay, so here you see in a directional controller we have the two port A and B. Okay, so what we doing, we connect the cylinder 1 port with this A and the cylinder 2 is connected with this port B. So here we draw the one lines. Line means it is the pipe connections, and for the from the B port we connect the cylinder 2. So 4x2 DCV has the two position of the spool that you already know. Now before moving ahead, I request to like the video and subscribe my channel. So here you see this image for the first positions. For the second positions, I draw the another image for the second positions. Okay, so you can understand it easily. So in the first positions of the spool of 4x2 DCV, oil under the pressure flow from
when earlier for our fluid machinery and fluid power, when was that subject was there, was now fluid power, sorry, fluid machinery, fluid power, FMFP. So that time in university exam, the question may that time this type of question was asked, draw the schematic diagram or draw the circuit diagram for two single acting cylinder using 4x2 or 4x3 direction controller. So if that question will be of 6 marks, then 3 marks are reserved for the circuit diagram. Okay, so see the importance of this circuit diagram. Okay,
P2A and B2T. Okay, so here you see the oil coming from the pump is entering P port. From the P port, oil is supplied to the A port. Okay, that means this pressurized oil is go through the A port, follow these pipe connections. Okay, so here red color is used for the pressure line as well as
whether are you eligible, sorry, are you able to realize or visualize the circuit diagram? Okay, how it operate that single acting cylinder or double acting cylinder with the help of this direction controller. Okay, where it is the pressure relief for. Okay, what is its role or function or its purpose? Are you getting or not? Please reply me in the chat box. Everyone, please write on just yes, no. Are you able to understand this circuit diagram? Okay, today just I have taken the simple circuit diagram. Just a single acting cylinder, how to operate it with the help of 4x2 or 4x3 direction controller. Okay, double acting cylinder. In the next lecture, I'm going to discuss about the speed control, then synchronizing and sequence one. Okay, but to get that, it is required to understand this simple circuit diagram. Okay, you will be able to draw this diagram. Okay, because each and every component we have studied already. Okay, we know that is for each and every this component, we know it's a purpose or it's a function. Okay,
for a high pressure line or a supply line, and this oil is entering cylinder 1. This oil is apply some pressure on the piston, and the piston is moved from top to the bottom, and it is called as the extensions. Okay, that's why here you see the cylinder 1 extend is written. Okay, so when the in a vertical cylinder its piston is moved from top to bottom, it is called as the extend. Okay, similarly on a B pot, what happened? The oil in a cylinder 2 is returned back to this B pot. From the B pot it is supplied to T pot, and from the T pot it is go to the tank or oil reservoirs. How this the return is possible in second cylinder means, in a suppose in a cylinder 1 extension is going on, at that time in cylinder 2 retraction is going on. Okay, because according to the positions of directional control valve, the oil is supplied from the 2 pot and oil is returned to that. Okay, so that's why it is mentioned in the second point, while one is extending, another will be retracting. Okay, so here you see the piston of the cylinder 2 is moving from the bottom to top, it is called as the retractions. That's why in a fourth point here you see in a bold font written the cylinder 2 is retracts. Okay, now we move towards the second positions. Now here you see the directional control valve position is changed. Okay, so it is come in this cross connection, means P port is connected with this B and A port is connected with the T. As well as you see the color of this line is changed. Okay, in earlier you see here the red connection is there, here the green connection is there. Okay, now here you see the pressurized oil coming from the P port is enter in B port, and pressurized oil is supplied to the B. Okay, so in a second positions, what happen? Oil under the pressure flow from P to B and A to T. Okay, this is the A port, it is connected with T, and it is the P port, it is connected with the B ports. Okay, so pressurized oil enter in this B port. From the B it is going in a cylinder 2. Okay, so this supply oil is create some pressure on the piston, and piston is start to move from top to bottom, it is called as the extension. So here what we written, here you see the cylinder 2 is extends. Okay, now in a cylinder 1 at a time, what happened? The piston is reached to the bottom to top due to the spring force. Okay, so at that time what happened? The oil present above the piston is supplied back to this A port. So here it is reached to the A port. So A port is connected with T port. Okay, so oil is entered from A port to the T port, then it is supplied to the tank through the filters. That means cylinder 1 is retract because it is moved from the top to bottom, means in a upper directions. Okay, so it is called as the cylinder 1 is retracts. So what we understand, during the one positions cylinder 1 is extends, and at a time the cylinder 2 is retract. Okay, means extensions and retraction is going simultaneous. Okay, in one cylinder extension, then in second cylinder retraction is going on. Similar way in a
Understood whatever I have discussed, or with the help of that short videos, whatever I have discussed, whether you understood or not, tell me. Circuits. Okay, today we have seen just a simple circuit. Tomorrow we'll see speed control circuit, that is meter in, meter out, bleed off, and then we'll go for the synchronizing and other sequencing. Okay, so I request to all of you, please write on your roll number in the chat box, and after writing your roll number in the chat box, you can do this meeting. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow. All are requested to write your roll number. Rohit Kadam, Sadashiv Bankar, Gaurav, Ruturaj Kale. Be fast. Write your roll number. Who is remaining? Rohit Kadam, Ruturaj Kale, Sadashiv. Be fast. Write your roll number. Sadashiv, Rohit Kadam, Ruturaj Kale.